The prophet must be here.
Peace be upon this household.
Simon, I want us to talk about something.
Can't it wait until tomorrow? I'm exhausted, Helen.
No, Simon. This is serious. We need to talk about it now.
All right, what is it? What's so urgent?
It's about you. This issue you have with women. It's getting out of hand, Simon. It's alarming, and frankly, I can't take it anymore. You need to stop this behavior before it destroys everything.
I know, okay? It's not as big a deal as you're making it out to be. It's my weakness, and I'm working on it. I told you I'm trying.
Your weakness? Simon, your so-called weakness brought Natasha into this family. Do you realize the mess you've made? This isn't just about you anymore. You've brought chaos into our lives, and it's tearing this family apart. My house is not a place for illegitimate children.
Natasha is not illegitimate. I married her mother, and she's my daughter. Just because her mother is gone doesn't mean Natasha isn't a part of this family.
I don't care about the technicalities, Simon. The point is, I'm done with this. I'm done with her. You need to focus on the family you have now, on us. At least for the sake of your own sanity, if not for mine. Natasha is a thorn in my side, constantly undermining me. She spreads filthy lies about me, disregards my authority, and disrespects me in my own home. I've had enough of her insolence.
What are you talking about? What lies? What disrespect?
She's been going around, telling anyone who will listen about your affairs, about the mistakes you've made. She's airing our dirty laundry for the whole world to see. How do you think that reflects on us? On you? She's making you look weak, and she's making me out to be the villain.
Helen, she's my daughter. She's grieving. She's lost her mother and she's trying to find her place. Maybe she's acting out because she feels threatened, or maybe she doesn't know how to express her pain. You have to understand.
Understand? Understand what, Simon? That you've allowed her to run wild, to sow discord in this house? To manipulate you, play on your guilt, and undermine my position as your wife? I have tried to be patient, tried to give her time, but she's pushing me to my limit. She doesn't respect me, Simon, and it's because you haven't made it clear to her that she must.
Helen, please. She's still young, and...
Young? She's old enough to know exactly what she's doing. She's old enough to recognize that her actions have consequences. And if you don't put a stop to this, Simon, if you don't set boundaries, then I will. I won't stand by and let her tear this family apart any longer.
You're asking me to choose between my daughter and my wife. How am I supposed to do that?
I'm asking you to choose between chaos and order, between a future with me or a future where you let her dictate the terms. I'm your wife, Simon. This is our home. And I refuse to be disrespected or treated like an outsider. If you don't handle this, I don't know how much longer I can stay.
Helen, wait. Let's talk about this calmly.
Calmly? We're long past calm, Simon. This is about survival, ours and this family's. You need to show me that you're willing to fight for us, or there won't be anything left to fight for.
Mom, I wish you were still alive. Things wouldn't have turned out this way. Everything's falling apart, and I don't know what to do. I need your comfort, Mom. I need you.
Hey?
Dad.
How are you? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Can we talk?
Okay.
Natasha, do you really love your family?
Of course I do, Dad. Why are you asking me that?
There are some disturbing things I've been hearing about you. Things I don't like, things that have been troubling me.
Dad, I haven't.
Natasha, listen to me. I know you're still hurting over your mother's death. I understand that, more than you know. But it's been years now, and you need to start moving forward. Helen is your stepmother now, and you have to treat her with respect. She's not your enemy.
But Dad, you haven't even listened to my side of the story. You're judging me without knowing the whole truth.
It's not just once, Natasha. It's not even twice. I've been hearing these things about you again and again, how you're causing problems, disrespecting Helen, and creating tension in the house. You have to understand that if you truly cherish your family, you'll do what's right. You'll stick to them, not tear them apart.
But it's not like that. You don't understand what's really going on.
Have I made myself clear, Natasha?
Yes, Dad.
I just want what's best for you, Natasha. And for all of us. Please. Try to understand that.
I don't know how much more of this I can take, Mom. I don't know how to make him see the truth.
You think Mom and Dad is still awake?
It's 2 a.m. They should be sleeping by now.
Hey? You two? Stop right there.
Dad. You are awake.
Where are you coming from?
Dad.
Answer me. You left the house this morning, and now look at the time you're returning.
They came back, Simon. I sent them on an errand.
Dressed like this? Around or not, this is unacceptable. This is an insult to everything I've tried to teach you. All I want is for you to become decent, respectable women. Why can't you be more like Natasha?
Enough. It's so clear to me now how much disdain you have for me and my daughters, Simon. Is this how you see us? As despicable?
Helen, you're getting it all wrong. I'm just...
No, Simon. I'm not wrong. You're the one who's blinded by your obsession with your perfect Natasha. My girls are way better than your wedlock daughter.
Don't ever say that again.
Girls, let's go to bed. We're done here.
She picking the trash.
Hey, dummy. What impression are you trying to give, huh? That you're the perfect daughter?
If you're done, you can excuse me. I have far more important things to do than stand here and listen to you two blab.
You're nothing but a piece of garbage.
I don't have time for all of these. I see you're becoming too proud and pompous. But don't get too comfortable. I'm going to mess you up so bad that you'll have no choice but to run away. Do your worst.
Trash.
That's the best you can do.
Give me that.
Mother, please give that back. Dad gave it to me to take care of my needs.
Really? What about me, his wife? Don't I have needs? Let me make this clear to you, you're worthless and don't deserve any happiness. I will go to any extent to make sure you're miserable.
Why are you this heartless and wicked to me? What did I ever do to you that you have to treat me worse than a slave in my father's house?
What else were you before? You're nothing but a slave.
Why do you keep telling my father things I know nothing about? I can't believe someone like you, a leader in this community, would lie about her stepdaughter.
This will be the last time you speak to me like that, young lady. You're nothing but a lowlife.
What's going on here?
Hon, it's a good thing you came. Now you can see for yourself. Can you believe it? After you gave her money, she still sneaked into our room and took my cash.
Jesus.
Natasha, why would a grown-up like you do such a thing?
I didn't do what she's accusing me of. She's lying.
Have you seen it? Right in front of you, she's calling me a liar.
Oh my God, I don't know what to think anymore. Leave us alone, Natasha. Darling, please, be patient with her.
Patient? When she's rude and rants at me whenever she feels like it? Look, Hon, she's big enough to handle herself. Why not let her be on her own? Maybe that way we can have some peace in this house. Her attitude is unbearable.
I don't think it's necessary to let her go.
Natasha, do you remember the story of Joseph from the Bible? It's a story that holds powerful lessons for us, especially during tough times.
Yes, Mom. What does it teach us?
Joseph's journey is full of hardships, but it's also filled with lessons about how to handle them. Let me share some of those with you.
Okay.
First, we need to recognize the reality of our situation. You see, Joseph faced many injustices from his own family, but he focused on addressing those specific wrongs rather than getting overwhelmed by everything at once. It's important to acknowledge the root of our suffering so we can address it and heal.
So, it's about understanding where the pain comes from.
Exactly. Second, we need to embrace a "but God" perspective. Even when Joseph was in dire straits, he looked beyond his immediate suffering and saw that God had a larger plan. When we face difficulties, remembering that God has a purpose for us can help us endure and grow.
That sounds like a way to find hope even when things are hard.
Yes, and third, we must have faith in God's plan. Joseph couldn't see the end of his suffering, but he trusted that God was working for a greater good. Trusting in God means letting go of the need to understand everything right away and believing that our struggles contribute to a bigger picture.
So, trusting God helps us get through the tough times.
Exactly, my dear. And fourth, we must depend on God. Joseph relied on his faith in the darkest moments. When we feel overwhelmed, leaning on God can bring us comfort and hope. Remember Romans 8:28, that He causes everything to work together for the good of those who love Him.
I'll remember that, Mom. Even when things are really tough.
And always remember, no matter how dark things seem, God is with you. He's guiding you, just as He guided Joseph.
I remember, Mom. Even when it feels like everything is against me, I need to hold on to my faith. Just like Joseph, I have to believe there's a purpose for all of this.
You should have seen the looks on their faces at church yesterday, Doreen. Everyone was absolutely grim with envy when I mentioned our upcoming trip to the French Riviera.
Oh, I can imagine. You've always had a way of making them feel inadequate. But honestly, Helen, it's deserved. After all, not everyone can afford to jet off to such a luxurious destination at the drop of a hat.
Exactly. I've worked hard to maintain this lifestyle, and it's only right that I enjoy it to the fullest. A little show-off never hurt anyone.
Mother. Excuse me. I've been waiting for you to come back. I'm not feeling well, and I was hoping you could spare some money for medication.
Oh, look who's decided to crawl out of her hole. And why exactly should I care about your little ailments? I don't waste my hard-earned money on filthy, ungrateful wretches like you.
Please, Mother. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious. I just need a little help.
I am not your dead mother.
Is this pitiful creature still living under your roof, Helen? I thought by now you'd have tossed her out onto the streets where she belongs.
She's like a bad penny, Doreen. No matter how much I try to rid myself of her, she keeps turning up, begging for scraps. But mark my words, her days here are numbered.
Thank you, Mother.
Don't you dare thank me. I haven't given you anything. Now, get out of my sight before I lose what little patience I have left. Go!
You're far too kind, Helen. I'd have thrown her out long ago. Keeping her around is just asking for trouble.
Oh, don't worry, Doreen. I'm done playing nice. She'll be out of here sooner than she thinks.
That's by the way. We need to plan on making the donations to the orphanage homes after this trip. You know, by doing that, we will be simply doing the Lord's work as good Christians.
Yes, Doreen. I have been thinking a lot about that. You know, I'm so passionate about helping the poor. So I told my husband, and he said he would give me some money for the donations.
Where did you say you were headed again, sir? Just want to make sure I'm taking the best route.
I already told you. The Grand Plaza Hotel, and if you don't know where that is, you shouldn't even be driving a cab.
I apologize, sir. Just making sure I get you there as quickly as possible. Traffic can be unpredictable at this time of day.
Oh, really? I hadn't noticed, what with sitting in the back of this glorified rickshaw, crawling through the city at a snail's pace. I have a meeting to get to, and you're wasting my time.
I'll do my best to get you there on time, sir.
Are you kidding me? You couldn't have sped up a little. Now we're stuck here for who knows how long.
I'm sorry, but I have to follow the traffic laws. It's for everyone's safety.
Unbelievable. You drivers are all the same, lazy, unmotivated, just sitting around all day and expecting to get paid for it. I should have ordered a private car instead of this second-rate service.
Why is everywhere cluttered? What's going on here?
Did you remove money from here?
Have you asked the thief we have in this house?
What?
Find the kids, especially that Natasha.
I've asked all of them. They all denied it.
So, you're saying I took it?
I just asked, okay? Maybe you've seen it somewhere. I'm not accusing you.
Haven't you probably given it to one of those useless, shameless women you run after?
Don't even annoy me before I hit you. What's wrong with all of you in this house? I supply all your needs. I make sure to give each of you an allowance, but still, my money keeps going missing on a daily basis. What more do you all want from me?
Simon, leave those gold diggers and focus on your family. You'll have peace of mind if you do. Stop equating me with those garbage you entertain. Don't get me angry, Simon. I'm preparing for a church meeting, and I don't have time for your nonsense.
Mother. Please, can I talk to you?
Make it fast. I'm going to church.
Mother, I don't know what I've done for you to have this kind of hateful feeling towards me. I'm really sorry. I don't want to be the reason you will miss it at the end. Please, Mother, whatever it is that I did, forgive me. I'm ready to do anything just to gain your forgiveness. Let me also feel the love of a mother.
Natasha. You can never earn my forgiveness, because seeing you every day irritates me.
Please, Mother, pardon me. Please accept me as your daughter, I beg you. I'm ready to do anything to gain your favor, Mother, please. It's too hard on me being despised by my family.
Natasha, how can I ever accept you when everything about you irritates me? You're worthless and don't deserve love. The sooner you know your place in this house, the better for you. And don't you ever make the mistake of calling me mother again. I can't be your mother.
Please, Mother, pardon me.
Get out of my sight, moron. You're one of them that took away my happiness, so why should I accept you? You don't deserve it. What you deserve is misery.
So, are you sure about this? Once you're in, there's no turning back.
I thought it through. No point in second guessing now.
You know, there's a lot more to consider than just blending in. This kind of change, it's not something you're exactly used to.
I'd managed bigger changes before. This is just another step.
It's not just about fitting in. There are easier ways to get what you're looking for.
I'm not interested in easy. The harder the path, the clearer the outcome.
But what if things don't go as planned? What if this turns out to be more trouble than it's worth?
If I don't try, I'll always wonder. Some things are worth the risk, no matter how difficult.
Just keep in mind, not everyone's going to play fair. If it starts going sideways, you know what to do.
I know what I'm doing. If it gets complicated, I'll handle it.
Alright, just don't forget, you've got someone looking out for you. But if it starts getting too dangerous,
I appreciate it. But trust me, this is the right move.
alright. Just be careful out there.
Always am. Let's head out before anyone starts wondering what we're up to.
Simon, dear, I was thinking. Given the recent tensions and our financial situation, maybe it would be beneficial to have a family deliverance session.
Deliverance session? What do you mean?
You know. Inviting a prophet or spiritual advisor to help us address any underlying issues. Sometimes, these sessions can bring a new perspective and help resolve conflicts.
I see. I suppose it could be helpful. We've been having a lot of tension lately.
Yes, exactly. I've heard that such sessions can be quite illuminating and may even help us find peace and resolution. And with our financial situation, it's a reasonable step.
Are you sure it's necessary? We've been managing, and I don't want to spend unnecessarily.
My dear, this is what we need for this family. We need it. Look at our daughter's nun is married. No man is coming for their hands in marriage. I'm really concerned about that. The prophet must be here.
peace be upon this household. I am Prophet Micah. I am here to provide spiritual guidance and deliverance.
Thank you for coming, Prophet Micah. We're looking forward to the guidance you'll provide.
I am here to reveal what the Lord has communicated. We must prepare ourselves to receive the divine message. Let us begin by seeking clarity from the divine. The Lord has revealed that there is a significant issue affecting this household, a disruptive influence that must be addressed.
Prophet Micah, please tell us more. We are all ears.
The divine message is clear. There is an evil presence within this family, and it is critical to address it promptly. I have been shown that Natasha is the source of this disruption.
I said it. This girl is something else.
What are you saying? Natasha is my daughter. How can you claim she is the source of our problems?
The Lord's message is direct. Natasha is a witch, and her presence is bringing misfortune upon this household. She must be sent away to restore peace.
Simon, we must consider what the prophet is saying. If it's true, we need to act for the sake of our family.
This is... I don't know what to believe. Natasha, is there any truth to this?
No, Father. I'm not a witch. Please, you have to believe me.
There we go again. Crocodile tears. Prophet Micah, if Natasha is truly a witch, what must we do to ensure the safety and peace of our household?
She must be sent away, just as Sarah sent Hagar away in the scriptures. It is the only way to cleanse your home of this dark influence.
Father, please. Believe me, I'm not a witch. Don't send me away.
Simon, we have to trust the prophet. If there's even a chance that this is true, we must act to protect our family.
Natasha, I love you, but I cannot tolerate this. For the sake of our family, you must leave.
It's not true, Father. Please believe me.
I cannot take that risk, Natasha. You have to go. You need to leave now.
Oh, thank you, Lord, for revealing this to our family. Girls, make sure she takes nothing from this house, so that she will not to the link.
Get lost and never come back here, witch stepsister.
Thank you so much, Prophet. Please accept this little token.
Oh, that's so generous of you, Mrs. Thomas.
It's the little I can do.
Mom, I've been thinking about Joseph. It must have been so rough for him. His own brothers turned against him, sold him like he was nothing. How did he keep going? How did he keep trusting God when everything was so terrible?
Yes, Joseph went through so much pain, and it was his own family who caused it. But do you know what kept him strong? Joseph never lost faith in God's plan, even when he couldn't see what that plan was. You see, sometimes, God allows us to go through difficult times because He's preparing us for something greater. Joseph didn't understand why he was suffering, but he trusted that God was with him every step of the way. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives.
So even when it feels like the whole world is against you, God is still in control.
Exactly, my love. God's plans are always for our good, even when we can't see it. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Joseph held on to that hope, and in the end, God used his trials to save many lives. Always remember, Natasha, that God's timing is perfect. He sees the bigger picture, and he's always working things out for our good. When you face hardships, trust in him, just like Joseph did. And remember, I'm always here for you, my dear.
I'll try, Mom. I'll trust in God's plan, no matter what.
That's my girl. No matter what happens, never lose faith. God is with you, always.
Mom. Where do I go now? What do I do? Lord, please help me.
Hey there, darling. What are you doing out here all alone? It's late, you know.
I don't have anywhere to go.
Oh, sweetheart, you shouldn't be out here by yourself. It's not safe. Where's your family?
I don't have anyone. Not anymore.
I'm so sorry to hear that, darling. But you know, sometimes, we find new family where we least expect it. I can help you. Give you a place to stay, something to eat. You don't have to be out here all alone.
Thank you. I don't know what else to do.
Don't worry about a thing. You're coming with me. I'll take care of you. Come on, let's get you cleaned up. You'll feel much better once you've had a hot shower and something to eat.
Madam P, you sent for me.
Yes, this is Natasha. I want you to take care of her. Give her everything she wants.
Madam P.
What is it?
Madam, the dorm is filled up. There's really no space left for Natasha. We've already doubled up in all the rooms.
I don't want to hear excuses, Minna. Do I pay you to manage my business or to give me problems?
Madam, I'm doing everything I can, but
I don't care what you think is possible. I made you head girl for a reason, to take care of my business, to manage every detail without bothering me with your incompetence. You know how important it is to keep things running smoothly here, so don't disappoint me again. Of what use are you even to me?
I'm sorry, Madam P.
It's okay, just do your job. Don't worry, darling. Minna will make sure you're comfortable. She's just forgotten how to do her job properly.
Come with me, Natasha. We'll find you a place to rest.
Well, I told you to trust me. Yes, Alhaji. The package is complete. And they are ready to be shipped off.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. What can I get you today?
I'll have a mocha, thanks.
And for you?
Americano.
Americano. Really, Ben? No milk, no sugar, just straight up, black coffee. You must really enjoy suffering.
Hey, some of us like to keep things simple. Besides, someone's got to balance out your sweet tooth.
Yeah, well, I'll take my sugar rush any day over that bitter stuff you drink. But hey, to each their own.
Coming right up, a mocha and an Americano. You can grab a seat, and I'll bring it over to you.
Thanks.
So, what's the latest?
We're close, Ben. I can't back down now. Not when everything's finally coming together.
Are you sure about this? We've never gone this deep before. One wrong move, and it's all over.
I know the risks, Ben. But I'd been at this too long to walk away now. I can feel it, we're close to blowing this whole thing wide open. We just need to be patient a little longer. I will give you more information. There have been whispers about some package, which I'm about to find out. So give me some time.
George, something's going down tomorrow. Madam P is sending out a package.
Any idea what the content is?
I don't know what it is, but it's big. She's been on edge all day. Whatever it is, it's happening early in the morning.
Thanks for the heads up. Keep your head down and stay out of sight.
Sorry, I lost my way.
You okay?
Oh. Yeah, I'm fine. Just trying to find my way around. This place is like a maze.
Yeah, it can be a bit confusing at first. You're new here, right? I haven't seen you around before.
Yeah. I just got here last night. Still trying to figure things out.
And how are you finding it so far? Everything you expected?
I don't really know. A woman brought me here. She said I could stay for a while. That I'd be safe.
Safe? Did she say anything else? Like what kind of safety she meant?
No. She just said I could stay here and that things would be better. I didn't have anywhere else to go, so I didn't ask too many questions. Is everything okay?
I get it. But listen, this place. It's not exactly what it seems. You need to be careful who you trust around here.
Why are you telling me this? Aren't you? Aren't you one of them?
Let's just say I'd been around long enough to know when someone doesn't belong. And you definitely don't belong here.
Then what should I do? I don't even know where to start.
For now, just keep your head down. Don't draw too much attention to yourself. And if you ever need real help, find me. I'll do what I can.
George, Madam P said you should get the car ready in 10 minutes.
I will just leave.
Wait. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Natasha.
I'm George. Hope we will meet again.
What is going on here? Natasha, I have been looking all over for you.
Oh, I lost my way. I'm sorry.
Listen, Natasha, I know you're new here, but there are rules. Strict rules. Madam P doesn't allow us to talk to any of the men here. It's forbidden, do you understand?
I wasn't trying to break any rules. I just got lost, that's all. I saw George and thought he might help me find my way back. That's it, I swear.
I get it, you're still figuring things out. But you need to be careful, Natasha. Madam P doesn't tolerate mistakes, especially when it comes to the men. If she finds out you've been talking to one of them, even by accident, there will be consequences.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'll be more careful from now on.
Look, I know this place can be confusing, especially at first. But you have to keep your head down and follow the rules if you want to stay out of trouble. This isn't like any place you've been before, Natasha. You need to be smart.
Thank you, Mina. I'll remember that.
Come on, I'll show you back to your room. Just stick close, okay?
Helen, it's always a pleasure to see you. How can I assist you today?
Pastor James, I've come to make a donation for the church building fund. It's something I believe strongly in.
Helen, this is truly generous. Thank you. Your support will make a significant difference.
I'm glad to help. The church has done so much for us.
Your kindness doesn't go unnoticed. We're very grateful. By the way, I haven't seen Natasha in church lately. Is everything all right with her?
Oh, Natasha? She's traveled for a while. She won't be back anytime soon. You know, she's 25 now, and she's perfectly capable of taking care of herself.
I see. Well, I hope she's doing well. We've missed her presence here.
I'm sure she's fine. She's just focused on her own path right now. I wanted to discuss some upcoming events at the church.
Mina, how is our newest guest settling in? I trust you've been keeping a close eye on her.
Yes, madam. Natasha is different. She's still trying to find her way around. But there's something about her. She's not like the others.
Different, you say? How so?
She's innocent, madam. She is still a virgin. You can see it in her eyes. She's still pure. Untouched by the realities of this place. She's not hardened like the others. I think she's genuinely scared.
Scared, you say? That's good. Fear can be a powerful tool, Mina. It sharpens the senses, makes the heart race. And, in our line of work, it adds a certain flavor.
But madam, Natasha, she's different. I don't think she understands what's happening. She was brought here under false pretenses. She still believes she's safe. Maybe it would be better if we...
Better if we what? Let her go. Allow her to slip through our fingers and ruin everything we've built? No, Mina. This is not a charity. She's here because she has a purpose, and I intend to see that purpose fulfilled.
Madam, I just think she's not ready. If we push her too quickly, she might break. Maybe we should give her more time to adjust.
Time. You think I care about her needing more time? Innocence, fear, purity, these are commodities, Minna. And in our world, they are worth a great deal. The more innocent she is, the more valuable she becomes. That's the reality.
I understand that, madam. But she's still so naive. She doesn't know the first thing about this life. I'm just worried that...
Worried? Since when do you concern yourself with worries, Minna? You've been in this business long enough to know how it works. You are just like her once, fresh, innocent, scared. But look at you now. You adapted, and so will she.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
What is she doing?
Your goodness is gracious. Thank you, Lord, for all that you do in my life. Blessed be your name.
Natasha, what are you doing?
I'm praying. Asking God for strength and guidance.
You really believe in all that? After everything that's happened? You think he's listening?
Yes, I do. I believe God listens to every word, and I trust Him completely. He's the only one who can bring true peace, no matter what the situation is.
Peace? Huh? I don't see much peace around here.
Maybe not around here, but there's peace inside, where it matters the most. You can find it too, Minna. You don't have to face all of this alone.
Peace?
Yes, Minna.
I'm not interested. Just keep praying if it makes you feel better. But I hope whatever God you're praying to can actually help you this time. Well, see you inside. I just came out to smoke. Do you want some?
Oh. No, I'm okay.
Natasha's innocence is what makes her special. It's what makes her desirable to our clients. And that's why I need you to get her ready. She'll be dispatched tomorrow.
But madam, she's still very pure.
And that, my dear, is what makes it all the more exciting. The first time is always the most memorable. Our clients pay a premium for that kind of experience. They crave the unspoiled, the untouched. You know this. Don't tell me you're going soft now, after all these years.
No, madam. I haven't forgotten. I'll do as you ask.
See that you do. And Minna, don't let your feelings get in the way. Emotions have no place in this business. They make you weak. Natasha's destiny was sealed the moment she walked through those doors. Now, make sure she's ready.
Yes, madam. I'll make sure she's ready.
Good. You may go now.